Hello everyone and welcome back to Antique and Garden Showcase. Today we're going to talk about working on getting our yards ready for spring on a budget, doing this ourselves. Now I'm in gardening zone 6B and now is getting the time that we have to think about treating for crabgrass. And crabgrass is a real nemesis to a fescue yard. I'll show you some pictures in a minute of what happens because last year I was not diligent in taking care of a little bit of crabgrass that came on later in the season in our front yard. But first, you need to start with a crabgrass product. This is what I use. I use the Scott's Turf Builder with the plus salts for crabgrass. Now I don't do just one treatment. I actually do two treatments in the spring. First I do early spring, which is right about now. 1st of April is going to be a great time to get that on the lawn and get that spread. The actual part of this says to use a broadcast spreader, which I do, and there are settings on here. I don't do it at a full strength setting. I actually back it down a little bit because this does have a fertilizer product in it as well. Why I do that is because I do two applications of this at the beginning of May or around the 1st or 2nd week of May. I will come back in and do a second crabgrass treatment on this lawn, and the reason being is because crabgrass tends to sprout at two different times. You have an early and then you have a late. If you get the late, you tend to stunt that tougher crabgrass just a little bit more, and it helps maintain things throughout the summer a little bit better. So having said that, let's go take a look at what this looks like outside if you let the maintenance down, and you'll see the result. This is an example of what crabgrass can do to the lawn. The crabgrass will grow up, it will actually smother out the fescue, and then it will leave these really thick, branchy parts that will die out in the fall, and of course it's killed out all your other grass in the process. So I try to get a start on this and control this with a little bit of a crabgrass spray, even after doing two applications of the preventative in the spring. Unfortunately, last year I had some things come up and didn't stay on top of the yard as much as I should have, and this was the result in a few areas. So as you can see, most of the yard looks pretty good, not a lot of problems, but there are a few problem areas right out here, some crabgrass areas, all in through here, down the walkway. There's a few little areas right in here that'll have to be taken care of. But this is a relatively small problem in comparison to what it could have been out here with, a little bit of neglect last year. I also use a product like this in June or July to treat any areas of crabgrass that might have come through that didn't get caught by the pre-emergent lawn feed. Next step in my summer lawn care maintenance is I do use a product that kills weeds, and I know some people are opposed to taking out the dandelions. I do like taking out the dandelions here before they bloom because I don't want to disrupt the pollinators, and that this does not have a chemical component that would hurt them anyway, but I don't want to spread this while it's blooming anyway. So having said that, this comes between the two crabgrass products or slightly thereafter, or sometimes I have actually mixed the second crabgrass application with this and put it down at the same time. So there are a lot of options you can do when it comes to your own situation in your own yard, and I know everything's going to be different than it would be here in this particular area. Like I said, I have a fescue lawn, and this is what I'm using to take care of any weed growth and things that we have that can kind of snuff out or cause that lawn to look worse. Now, one issue I have over on the side yard, and I will show you that too, I have wild onions coming up this year. I've got to find some way to take care of those, and that's kind of a new problem. They tend to blow in from seed on the west side of the yard over here, but I also have another problem over there as well. I have an influx of Zoysia grass that has come in there, and that grass and fescue do not mix. They do not make a pretty lawn because in the wintertime that just dies out, leaving these nasty brown patches out there. And what I have done, if you notice the front yard when I showed you pictures about crabgrass, there are none of those type of patches out there. The only thing out there is just crabgrass that's taken over, which can be easily fixed. Zoysia is not as easy of a fix as the crabgrass. In fact, the only way I have found to get rid of that is to actually kill that grass out, then rake up that area, reseed and straw that over. That way it will actually take back into fescue, and then it has to be fertilized and strengthened to keep that zoysia out of there. So that's going to be a major project when I get out there on that west side of the lawn to get that taken care of. But I have done it. I've done the whole front yard. I had patches, some patches that were probably about 2 feet in diameter, perfect circles, and my yard looked like it was Swiss cheese one year. I had all these brown spots in it and straw and whatever, but now it's perfectly green, perfectly level all the way across, and that's what I'm looking for, especially in the front yard. So I'll show you what I use to take care of the zoysia grass next. Now on the west side of the yard, right over by the driveway island, I'm dealing with another problem out here. I have wild onions growing everywhere in this part. I don't know why, it's like an influx of seed from somewhere came into this side yard. Now it does have a problem over here anyway. These nasty brown patches that you see on this hillside, this is zoysia grass in this area. Zoysia and fescue do not mix. And the front yard, I have managed to spray and kill this out and replant and reseed. So a project for this year is going to be killing out the zoysia and reseeding this hillside, because I don't want this to start eroding away on me here as well. So I've got two issues with the yard here that have to be addressed this year. What to do about the onions and taking care of this nasty looking zoysia grass that turns all brown in the fall. So to take care of those really trouble spots that just won't go away with any other type of product, what I have been using is Bonide's Cleanup. Now cleanup kills everything. Everything it touches, it does kill. It will kill your plants, it will kill poison ivy, it will kill grass, it will kill anything in its path. The good part about it is that when the substance itself actually breaks down, it breaks down into natural elements. So it's not like it's a nasty chemical that's going to linger in your soil. But it does take care of plants, and it will take care of anything it's around. So you want to be very careful with this product. Now, the good part about this product is just after a few days, once it works in the area that you're using it in, you can actually clean that area up and reseed without any problems, and the seeds will grow without being stunted, without having any type of issue whatsoever. I've used this many times, especially on the zoysia grass. This is the one thing that will get rid of it. And I know some of you probably have zoysia lawns and you're going, why in the world? But zoysia and fescue in this area, which I'm in central Kentucky, they do not mix, and it makes for a really nasty looking yard, especially from fall all the way through winter and early spring, as you can see in those pictures. So this product is what I use to take care of that. There's a list on here of many things that it will take care of. Like I said, even up to poison ivy, this product will take care of. After I've taken that and used it to eliminate that zoysia grass area, what I typically do is rake that up to make sure there are no additional seeds, and bag all the dead grass up and get that out of here. I don't put that in any type of compost or whatever. Then I prepare that area with kind of a seed soil mixture, and I reseed the area that was just taken out, and I cover it with this. This is actually all tied up because I've used quite a bit of it, but it's Easy Straw. And Easy Straw has a component in it which actually acts like a bit of an adhesive. So the wind does not blow this away as easily. It tends to stick together a little bit more, so when you moisten it right after you plant your seed in the ground, this will stick to it and help your grass sprout and come up a whole lot quicker. This is a great product that I've used quite a bit, especially in lawn maintenance. So Easy Straw and Bonide's Cleanup for those tough areas. Now let's have a quick chat about product prices for the 2022 gardening season. Folks, I think it's going to take some research this year to make sure that all of us don't get burned when we're out shopping. And I'm saying that just because we all know what the current economic situation looks like with inflation going through the roof, gas prices so high that you want to make one trip, do it all, and whatever else. Having said that, I went to look for my lawn care products the other day, and I was shocked at the fluctuation in prices just across this town. And I'm talking from one store to another. So it pays to do your homework before you walk out the door this year to get your gardening products. For instance, that Scott's Plus 2 that I had here, the 15,000 square foot bag, at my closest store to my home, that bag was $75 per bag, which I thought, that's kind of crazy because I've never paid that before in my life. Anyway, I looked at another hardware store that's on down the road, and they had a discounted price, and they had it with the discount was 62 and some odd change. All right, keeping on going on down the road, I finally found it with $52 plus a discount, which made it $48 a bag. So you're talking a price range just driving down one road in this town from $48 to $75. $25+ difference on the same product between stores. Now, I don't know about you, but $25 is part of a tank of gas for me these days. So that makes a difference when I'm going out shopping and looking for these products. Now, just for instance too, my potting soil that I use in my plants, I've bought at the store that's closest to my home for $14 a bag for the last 2 or 3 years. This year it's $16, almost $17 a bag. The same store where I found the Scott's Plus 2 for $48 has that bag for $14. So it's at the normal price, $2 cheaper. So I'm gonna go there to buy my potting soil as well. But here's the strange thing. I was looking for some landscape staples to put down some drip system, to do some projects around here the other day. And the store where I did find the discounted Scott's Plus 2 and the discounted soil, the landscape staples were twice as high there as they were at the store that's closest to my home. So 75 landscape staples at that store was $14.98. At the store closest to my home, it was $8.99. So I'm like, what's up with the prices? We're really going to have to watch this year and probably do a lot of online research before you even go out to shop to find what the best deal is, because honestly, I have never seen anything like this price fluctuation. When you're talking about $25 difference in a bag of lawn fertilizer, that's a lot. So best of luck when you're out shopping this year. I just wanted to point that out, and maybe you all can, take heed in your own areas as well. As always, thank you for watching Antique and Garden Showcase. It's so good to have you here, and I'm really enjoying the comments still. I get some great comments each week. Leave me feedback. I love to read it, love to hear it, and love to respond to it. In fact, I try to respond to 100% of the comments that come on there. Inevitably, I'm going to miss some, but thank you again. Glad to have you here. And upcoming, I'm looking at probably doing a video on landscape lighting, and I know that's something that a lot of you are interested in, so keep watching. I'm going to have some information on landscape lighting coming up soon. That's one of the next videos that's going to be rolling out. So having said that, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you back here on the next video. Bye.